Good morning. Welcome to 4x8 Paper Stuff. This is Beth. We are in a creative mixed media art journal, a traveler's notebook size, following the words and wisdom of Mark Twain in his book, Following the Equator. Sit down, enjoy, and let's see where we go. There are a few things I do want to document by using his words. So I have the book close by. He was in Johannesburg, Durban in the beginning, Johannesburg, and then Cape Town. And then they left from Cape Town to go back to England and eventually back to the United States. But he did use, he says, I was in South Africa for some little time. Okay, that narrows it down. A lot about battles and rights of human beings and the rights being taken away from human beings. And this was in the late 1800s, so imagine how much more human beings go through. There's lots and lots of talk about diamond mines and gold mines and the ill treatment of workers in both locations and all of that. We now know, how much has gone on with all that. That's an actual size of a diamond. The pictures, I've never showed the pictures in this book. There's quite a few, but they're very, very blurry. And poor quality. And they probably wouldn't show through on my camera at all. I was thinking there was something else I wanted to use. He talks about a chameleon in the hotel in Durban. A couple of skinny cones project from the side of his head with a wee shiny bead of an eye set in the apex of each cone. That's the eyes of a chameleon. I think that was, he really is a descriptive writer. Oh, here. Talking about Durban too. All about you is a bewildering variety of unfamiliar and beautiful trees. Talking about the Zulu people in South Africa. So yeah, this was amazing. This was amazing for me. And I won't forget this. So I think what I'm going to do is I pulled out some papers that I had in that kit. Now this kit started out empty and it is full to the rim and overflowing. That's how much stuff I collected and I made and I didn't use for this video, for this journal. Needless to say, I got the vintage paper covered. So I think what I'm going to do is use this as my backdrop. This will represent gold and pockets of diamonds. Okay? Okay. Or I might just use this. This is one of those National Geographic pages with not limoncello. That's an alcohol drink in Italy, right? Lemon something, chemical that goes on the pages and makes all these gorgeous statements. So, all right, let's see here. Try to remain in frame a little bit better. Yesterday's video, I ended up doing a voiceover because I whined through all of it. I love this piece of paper here. This is just some of my watercolor stuff that I drenched the paper in water. This is just photocopy paper. I drench the paper in water and then add droplets of watercolors. But I love how that one turned out. It's kind of like dirt and mines and all of that in my head. So I really am. The reason why I chose Mark Twain is because my childhood was interspersed with Mark Twain. He was in the gold fields in California before he wrote this book, because that was in the 1840s. And he was a writer in a newspaper in San Francisco. Then he I think he bought a newspaper up in the gold country as the gold was being discovered up in the mountains and the foothills of the Sierras. And I mean, I grew up in San Francisco, so we used to go camping there all the time, all the time. If we weren't on a long trip, because we took a long trip every summer to visit relatives, one way or another. Well, one summer we would do that. The next summer we would go somewhere in the West. And then on the weekends, we got out and we went. And a lot of times, because the gold country was close, that's where we headed. It was like 2.5, 3 hours. Well, about 3 hours, I guess. With us, for us. And I grew up camping along in there. And there's towns. Twain, which is one of his pen names. There's the Calaveras jumping frog contest he wrote about and wrote a book about. So I grew up with Mark Twain in my childhood and knowing about Mark Twain. And I recently have reacquainted myself because in going to, I got a gap, Missouri for my quilt retreats, I cross the Mississippi River and go through Hannibal, Missouri, where he was from and where he wrote Tom Sawyer and all of that. So in my later days, and we went to this same place, Hannibal, Missouri, when I was a kid also. And I remember standing in front of his house, Becky Thatcher's house, Tom Sawyer's house, the whitewashing of the fence, all that. They have that as part of an outside museum in Hannibal. So I've had a lot of Tom Sawyer in my life. Not Tom Sawyer, Mark Twain. And of course in America, we had to read Tom Sawyer. It's one of our required reading things. So I think I'm going to cut. I don't want to cover all this up because it's luscious. I'm thinking I might cut them in the shape of diamonds. Let's see how this is going to work. I'm winging this, people, for sure. You hear me say I'm winging it. Well, I really am. Oh. I kind of like that. So the decision to use this was kind of like a no-brainer for me to use this book and try something like this. I did not know this book existed until I decided to do something like this. And I don't even know what made me do this. I think I saw something on YouTube and I thought, you know what? I'm going to find a book about traveling. Since we, especially during lockdown, since we can't go anywhere. And even if we're not locked down, we're still not going anywhere. Kind of like that. There's my diamonds and my gold. So I decided to follow someone else's journey. And kind of found this one in the beginning. And I thought, well, that'll work for me. These are not perfect diamonds, but in nature they aren't perfect either. Only after you've gone through polishing them and treating people terribly to get them do they become perfect. Oopsie. But yeah, he's a pretty amazing man. Pretty amazing man, in my opinion. And if there's any other opinions, please don't share them. I want to keep the ones I have. If there's any other tales about Mark Twain, I just want to keep the memories that I have. Now, I do want to day 50. So it took us 50 days to get through 69 chapters. One broken ankle. thinking I have gold paint right here. I just want small bits. It looks copper, but it says it's gold. All right. So this has been amazing for me. I've changed a little bit how I journal during all of this. Here's a gold pen. Ooh. I don't think I've changed forever how I do things, but I have enjoyed this, what do I call it? Houdini style, which evolved in this journey. Tim Holtz, Jose Naranja, and Nick Bantock. Houdini is what I call it. And it's been amazing. Amazing journey. I think I'm going to use this and put in a few words here. With this piece of paper, which is just composition notebook paper, grid, that I did the same process on here, just different colors. My favorite way. I'm not good at the eco dyeing, but I can do this part. Can do this stuff. So you got to do with what you can do. And that will bring out all the colors. I really don't want to cover that up. Maybe we'll do it this way. Yeah. I'm going to tuck it under there. Sometimes it pays to not glue well. Amy Tangerine is a big fan of that. She only does certain places so that she can always keep tucking. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Now, I'm going to put, I had a little piece of paper with my notes on it. Ouch. Whoa. Careful with this leg, where it ends up. Here we go. Durban. Johannesburg. And Cape Town. Diamonds and gold. And a chameleon. Chameleons. Put that right there. This is a picture of a mirror that I got off of some magazine. Photocopied it. And now I keep reusing it as a frame because it's rustic and it works. I like that. This is more my normal style, but maybe usually with brighter colors. But I think I'm going to take, now I'm going to use this gray. Just make a messy frame. I like that. I think tomorrow I will write a letter to him and do a flip through. Okay? A final flip through on a squeaky table. And we still, I thought it was going to take 4 journals. I don't know where I was coming up with that from. Volume 2. This is going to be used for Halloween too, because hello, it's purple. Volume 1. Not you, you stay there. Volume 1, Volume 2. How cool! I love these. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching every day. Thanks for all your kind comments. I know there's some new people watching. Welcome and thank you. Oh, if I never say it, I really mean it every single day. Thank you. And I love making these videos, even though I have a very small following, but I don't care. I'm making it because I love making the videos. It's part of the artistic process and artistic solution, the solution of getting my artistic juices flowing. This helps with all that. And that's why I do it. I just enjoy it. And I enjoy the camaraderie and the community of art journaling. So, see you all tomorrow. Final flip through. Bye.